Yeah, those days in school we were actually taught about democracy. And what they told us about democracy, more especially liberal democracy, that democracy is the best form of governance, that democracy brings about even development, equality, and above all they told us that democracy ensures the principle of rule of law. From primary school, secondary school, even down to the higher institutions, we were taught about democracy. And so we believe that liberal democracy is the best form of democracy. But today, in Nigeria, we have practiced liberal democracy under this Fourth Republic from 1999 to date. And if you can look at it very clear, the liberal democracy in Nigeria is characterized by inequality. You can see the gap between the rich and the poor in the society. You can see the type of schools they are building and those who are attending those schools. Those who build those schools, their children and their work are not attending those schools. Those who build the hospital, they say they are building for the people. Their wife cannot go for antenatal in such hospital. That is the type of democracy we have built. Democracy of inequality. Great gap between the rich and the poor. And they told us that the democracy is the democracy for justice, principle of rule of law. Go and check the Nigerian Correctional Center across. 70% of inmates in the Nigerian Correctional Center are waiting trial. That is the type of democratic society we have built. A democratic society whereby the rich can buy justice for themselves. That's why you see them, the court is bailing them for 600 million, 500 million, 200 million. But the man who stole a bottle of alcohol in Lagos State was thrown into prison. And even up to date, he's still in prison. That is the type of democracy we have built. A democracy completely characterized by injustice. A democracy where there is no sanity for human life. 2020 October, you saw what they did at Lekki Tollgate. That is the type of democracy we have built. A democracy whereby the state uses the coercive instrument of the state to solve internal state issues. It's not done anywhere. In the 21st century, in civilized society, internal state problems are settled through the means of negotiation, mediation, and above all, compromise. But what have we seen in this democracy? A democracy whereby the state, Nigerian state, uses the coercive instrument of the state to solve internal state issues. The resultant effect is the bad blood we are seeing in the political system in this country. A democracy of tribalism, nepotism, sectionalism, a democracy of systemic and institutional racism, a democracy characterized by Imam Madu, that in a country that you're a citizen by birth, you must know somebody that know another person before you get a job in your own country. That is the type of liberal democracy we are practicing in Nigeria. The type of democracy we are practicing in Nigeria. A democracy whereby someone will spend 4 years, 5 years, or 6 years, as the case may be, in the university, come out looking for a job, and they'll say the person they are looking for someone with 10 years experience, 4 years experience, 2 years experience. This person is just coming out from school. He has not worked before. How will such one has experience if the opportunity is not given to work? That is the type of democracy we have built. A democracy of monopoly. They told us one of the advantages of the liberal democracy is open market economy. What are we seeing in Nigeria? Check it very well. When cement was being imported, when we were importing cement into this country, it was much cheaper. But today in Nigeria, we are producing cement locally. Check the price of cement now that we are producing locally. And when cement was being imported into this country, a democracy of monopoly. They are building oil refinery that will refine over 650 barrels of oil per day. It simply means with time, here in this country, the country we claim to be a democratic society, monopoly will take place that you will buy a liter of petrol for 500 naira to 1,000 naira. That is the type of democracy we have built. A democracy whereby people believe that the end justifies the means. In African socialism, we don't believe such. A democracy whereby no matter which way you want to make it, no matter which way, people don't question. The wealth of people in the society are not questioned. As long as you make it, they will dance around you. You'll be celebrated. That's the type of democratic society we have built. A democratic society, over 20 million children are out of school. 90 million Nigerians, the amount over to 48% are suffering extreme poverty. A democracy whereby in your own country you are citizens by birth. For the fact that you're not residing in your country home, you're being regarded as non-indigenous. A democracy whereby people from the north residing in the east, they say they have Hausa community in the east. People from the west residing in the north, they say they have the Yoruba community in the north. People from the east who reside in the south, the Igbos community in the north. That is the type of democratic society we have built. And they told us it's liberal democracy. That it brings even development. That is the even development we are seeing. You can see that a democracy that characterized by lack of sanity for human life. People are dying on daily basis. Poverty is raging everywhere. Insecurity. A democracy whereby you can buy justice with money. A democracy where those who merit it cannot get it. Those who don't merit it are the ones getting it. That is the type of democratic society which they call liberal democracy we are practicing. The good people of Nigeria have always said this one thing. If we really want a good country, a peaceful and a united Nigeria, then we must stand up and do the right thing. And one of the right things for us to do in this country is for us to draft a new constitution and build a union state. Why are we scared of drafting a new constitution? If we really want Nigeria, let us build a union state. How is the United Kingdom being run? Scotland is a nationality. Wales is a nationality. Northern Ireland and England, they have their national flags. In Scotland, they have the Scotland National Party. And coming together, they have the United Kingdom flag. Union state. In this falsehood state created by imperialist power for their own economic benefit, called Nigeria, we are forcing ourselves and say we are practicing democracy. A failed democracy in Nigeria. Thank you.